Hello learner, welcome to our revision. My name is Dr. Evans Sagwa. We are revising the Human Resource Management paper for CS CASNEB examinations, and we are looking at the pilot paper of September 2015. In our previous lesson, we looked at question 1, the case study. Today we are looking at, in our lesson, we are looking at question 2, which we will read and then look at sample responses. Question 2A, assess 5 prevalent challenges facing human resource management today, 5 marks. Question 2B, explain Douglas McGregor's theory of the assumptions that managers have on their workers and its relevance to human resource management. 10 marks, and the total marks for question 2 are 15 marks. So we look at question 2A. Question 2A, which required the candidate to assess 5 prevalent challenges facing human resource management, management today. And the question had 5 marks. 5 marks. The human resource function, as we look at the question, the human resource function is involved with handling the most important resource that any organization can have. And in the modern times that we live in, a lot of changes have taken place. The worker who is supposed to be handled or the person to be recruited to come into an organization has also changed. It's not the way it was previously. And that's why the examiner here wants the learner to assess 5 prevalent challenges that may face human resource management today. The first challenge, changes in technology. Changes in technology. The reasons why this is a challenge to human resource management is that an employee can be recruited today, and this employee has skills, has knowledge, has attitudes, has competencies that are relevant to the work that is supposed to be done. But due to rapid changes in technology, no sooner is this worker recruited than those attitudes, the knowledge and skills become irrelevant. And the organization has to go into the process of retraining the workers, the process of changing the work environment, and other issues which may occur to ensure that they catch up with changes in technology, like in the area of ICT, like in the area of computing. Changes keep on coming, and technology becomes obsolete very quickly, and that is a challenge for HR to ensure they match the skills that workers have, the knowledge they have, with the technology that is changing rapidly. So that is a challenge that human resource management is facing today. Secondly, mobility of labor. Mobility of labor. There is a very high rate of mobility of labor in the sense that previously employees could work with an organization and work with that organization for a long duration of time. But with the current arrangement, there is a very high level of mobility of labor, in the sense that workers move from one organization to another organization, from one occupation to another occupation, and this mobility of labor, which could be geographical or occupational, is a challenge to human resource managers or human resource management, in the sense that as workers leave, replacements have to be found, and that again becomes a problem. Thirdly, talented employees, talented workers. Employees who are talented have got their own advantages and disadvantages. They are very demanding. They want working environments that are changing very fast, and attracting them, developing them, and rewarding them becomes a big challenge. So managing talented employees is a challenge that human resource management is facing today. And fourthly, changes in labor legislation. Changes in labor legislation. There have been a lot of changes that have taken place, and this legislation has tended to be pro-workers. So as these laws change, they tend to favor the workers. And as they tend to favor the workers, employers are finding it very difficult to handle employees in an environment where labor legislation, international conventions are protecting workers in terms of their working environment. And this is a challenge that human resource management must work within to ensure that they comply with the requirements of the law. Fifthly, compensation packages. Employees are increasingly demanding comprehensive and packages that have a mix of basic salary, house allowance, and other competitive perks that workers need to have. And they try to benchmark this with what others are being paid or being compensated in other organizations. And this compensation, due to the cost of living, organizations are finding it very difficult to keep in tandem with inflation. And this cost of living, inflation, living wage requirements, and so on, are making human resource managers or human resource management today to grapple with what combination of packages they can give, especially in an environment where there is a downturn in economy and organizations might not be doing very well economically and so on. So these 5 could be some of the challenges that organizations are grappling with in relation to changing technology, mobility of labor, talented workers in terms of attraction, retention, and development. So this becomes a challenge now for human resource management. How do you attract talented workers? How do you create an environment for them to retain them? And how do you develop them to ensure they can contribute fully to the organization? Then changes in labor legislation, which is pro-workers in relation to employment law, industrial relations laws, in relation to occupational safety and health, and also constitutional provisions that are increasingly giving workers room to be able to articulate their demands and so on. Then issues of compensation packages, again, that in relation to the cost of living is also a challenge that organizations are grappling with, and that these are some of the prevalent challenges which the candidates can use to assess and provide responses, build on them to be able to provide an answer to this question as required by the examiner in this case. So that is question 2, part A.